Rebound controlled by Shaw, and a fresh 24 for Orlando. Harper guards Hardaway. Scott off the dribble. No. Rebound Wennington. And another chance to tie. They had a chance at the end of the quarter. Harper out of bounds, touched by contact. He narrowly avoided his 5th foul.
Holy cow, he tackled him out of bounds. Contact goes out to guard Harper, knows he concedes a shot, or tries to finish, just hammers him out of bounds. Ed Middleton couldn't see it from the angle that he had, I guess.
I guess.
I think all 20,000 people in the stands had a better angle, and they could see it.
Wennington, guarded by Koncak, who is noticeably limping. Scottie Pippen gets it in the hands of Kukoc. Here's Harper for 3, and the lead, no. Crowd was ready to explode.
Well, Penny tries to run, but he doesn't have any teammates running with him. 4 Chicago players back quick, stopping that transition.
Shaw, foul.
These first fouls, this first part of the 4th quarter are very important. In the 3rd quarter, Michael Jordan was very smart by going to the free throw line. Knew they got in the penalty quick, shot 8 free throws in that 3rd quarter. So these fouls that don't play anything right now, you just take them out of bounds. Add up here down the stretch of the game.
Back to Hardaway. Kukoc trying to guard him. Penny takes it to the hole. No. But another offensive board for Orlando. That shot from Scott not there, and Kukoc finally gets it for Chicago. And yet again, they have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Orlando's not even getting good shots. Penny made a good penetration right there, couldn't finish, but they just go out, rush the shot.
Pippen from Kukoc, and we're tied. Brian Shaw guarded by Steve Kerr. Under 10 minutes to go. First tie in the game since we were at 2-all. Anderson again in that. And Chicago with a chance to reclaim the lead. Pippen. No basket. Hardaway. Call for the foul. Time has been called with 9:42 to go.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day.
And time now for tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Rebounding edge has increased for Chicago since the first half. They're now up by 8. And in the center, Longley scoreless tonight after 14.
Well, Shaq had that big first half. They slowed him down in the 3rd quarter.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen on the bench.
I think they're resting. You know, Michael will be back in before we know it.
That person just came from Rodman's birthday party last week. You didn't go, did you?
No, I couldn't make it.
You know, Craig Sager did go.
Yeah, I heard he was there till 4 in the morning.
That's the rumor. Jordan and Jackson.
But that's his job. You know, Craig's got to report that. Someone's got to report it.
Neither Jordan nor Jackson was there. Here's Pippen at the line and a chance for a Chicago lead.
Well, Michael didn't get much of a rest. He's back on the court already, Vern, and their defense has just been awesome. Orlando doesn't know what to do. They can't get the ball to the post. They can't hit the wings. They can't do anything to run their offense because of Chicago's intensity at the other end.
Scottie Pippen struggling at the free throw line. He gets 1 of 2, though. He's now 2 of 6 in the game. And the Bulls are on top for the first time in the first quarter. They wiped out an 18-point 3rd quarter deficit. Harper guards Shaw. Entry pass. Back to Anderson now. Here's Scott. O'Neal only 4 points in the corner, and Pippen with a steal. Underneath, Ron Harper. What a dandy heads-up play at both ends of the court for Scottie Pippen.
Orlando has no answers at the offensive end. They're just playing tight. They have no confidence in themselves. They can't even get the ball. It takes them to 13 seconds just to dribble it up the court and get the ball into Shaq. They force the double team again. Another turnover by Orlando.
Over and back. That's 14 turnovers in the game.
Well, beautiful anticipation by Scottie Pippen. He knows they're going into Shaq sometime. They've taken away the aggressiveness. The other players just standing around on the perimeter watching the ball go into Shaq. Beautiful execution after the turnover by Chicago.
Kukoc gets it to Pippen. Now Michael Jordan. Hardaway comes with a double. That leaves Ron Harper open. Scott with a rebound for Orlando. 8:33 to go in the game. A 3-point Chicago lead.
We can see Chicago, Vern, getting good looks. Even when they're missing, they're getting good looks at the basket.
In contrast to Orlando, right?
Orlando can't even get a shot at the basket, not even a good one.
5 fouls on Longley. Rodman comes back in. Kukoc, Rodman, Jordan, Harper, and Pippen.
This is a good lesson for teams, though. You know, there's a lot more to playing interior defense than just doubling post. This intensity on the perimeter has set the tone. They've had trouble even getting the ball down to Shaq.
Brian Shaw finally takes it strong to the basket and gets it off the glass for 2.
Beautiful move. That's only the second confident move, aggressive move on that perimeter pressure that Orlando has tried to, and made Chicago pay for extending their defense.
Jordan's 17 points in the third quarter ignited the Chicago comeback. They're up by 1. Here's Jordan over Shaw.
Good execution just to pin down out of that triangle offense. Getting the wide open shot. Brian Shaw got picked off.
In this quarter, Shaw's layup ended an 0-for-7 run. He's got the ball in his hands now over Harper. 2 more.
Brian Shaw, 2 aggressive move on Ron Harper, the defensive specialist for Chicago.
Harper underneath, kicks it back to Jordan. Shaw defends. On the line, turnover.
Some good defensive pressure for Orlando at the other end. Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw getting Orlando back in this game. The only one playing with confidence right now. They got to get Shaq the ball down in the low post like they did in the first half. Force the double team, and Anderson, Scott, Hardaway, they got to make them pay.
Shaw. This one won't go. At the other end is Ron Harper. Saves it. It was an errant pass. Kukoc fouled by Hardaway. Before the basket. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. It's turned into a dandy.
Right.
6:50 remaining in regulation, and the Bulls have wiped out an 18-point deficit. They are up by 1, 74-73. They try to take a 2-0 edge. And what a contrast in offensive production for the 2 superstars in halves.
You know, Shaq had such a dominating first half. Chicago, every time he touched it in the third quarter, they double-teamed him very quickly. And here in the fourth quarter, he's only had 1 touch that led to a turnover. You know, it's the perimeter defense by the Bulls. They just can't. Orlando's just playing with no confidence. They can't even get the ball into their offensive sets.
And Kukoc at the free throw line. Turnovers 8 for Orlando in this half.
And Michael at the other end, 19 second half points. I think he just made up his mind. He only had 38 points in the first half. We need to score.
Bill Jackson up, lending encouragement and talking quietly with Scottie Pippen as Kukoc hits them both, and it's a 3-point edge once again. Randy Brown has come on for defensive purposes now, and he picks up Shaw with a little full court pressure.
And Randy Brown, you know, he's a guy that comes off the bench. He may be better than all of them at the pressure defense on the perimeter.
Well, Shaw had hurt them a couple of times. There's a illegal defensive call, illegal defense call.
Hey, Vern, I'm sorry. Forget about posting up Brian Shaw. Get the ball to Shaq on the block, force the double team, and they got to make him pay for the perimeter. They can't keep posting up Brian Shaw with Shaq on the court.
That's become almost as if they don't know he's there. Here's Scott with the technical. He gets it.
I mean, no offense to Brian Shaw. He's made 2 big hoops here in the quarter, but he's averaging 4 points a game in the playoffs.
Kukoc defends the inbound pass. Here's Shaw again. Randy Brown has him. O'Neal out on the perimeter. Now tries to get his position. Rodman comes in front, makes the steal. Here's Randy Brown, who was fouled by Penny Hardaway.
And again, that was good defense by Rodman fighting over the top of Shaq, but it was the pressure defense by Randy Brown. He was all over the ball. Pippen gives him a good bump, slows him down going down to the block, but we can't see it there on the screen. But Randy Brown was all over Brian Shaw. Couldn't see Dennis Rodman coming around the weak side.
Randy Brown will get a rest and the applause of the crowd. Young man who played 4 years in Sacramento, signed as a free agent here. He grew up in Chicago on the west side.
And you love that from your bench, Byrne. Phil Jackson's got to be going. That's great. The guy comes in, plays a couple minutes, causes a couple turnovers, makes things happen.
Rodman looks for the cutter, finds Kukoc. 5 on the shot clock. Pippen from way outside. No. And Scott is there to clear it for Orlando. A 2-point game, 5:53 to go. Anderson has missed all 5 of his 3-point shots tonight, takes another. Finally ends a drought.
And that's really critical. That's what they got to do. They got to get the ball down to Shaq. Chicago knows that Orlando hasn't been shooting the ball well on the perimeter. A couple shots like that might make Shaq get to play one-on-one again.
Orlando back on top by 1. Jordan with the answer. Nope. O'Neal with a rebound. Rodman is there defensively.
Just get the ball down to Shaq. The game's not that hard.
Here's Shaquille. He and Rodman reintroduce themselves to each other. And O'Neal gets it.
Good pass into the post right there. Shaq, good patience on offense, but again, they double teamed him. Shaq actually had the shot or the pass out to the open Dennis Scott that time.
First field goal for O'Neal in the quarter. And a 3-point Orlando lead. A 6-0 run. Pippen. Rodman with the board. Illegal defense. O'Neal with 26 at the half. Hardaway had 12 and Scott 9.
And you can just, you know, you can blame the Orlando offense some, but you got to give credit to that Chicago defense. It has been awesome.
Steve Kerr at the free throw line. Shoot the technical.
They got to be more aggressive, Vern. They're walking the ball up the court after makes because of the pressure by Chicago. They need to get the ball into Penny's hands or Brian Shaw's hands and run the ball up the court. Get the ball down to Shaq with an early clock instead of quit running all these plays for him. Get the ball to him soon.
Steve Kerr, Jordan guarded by Shaw. Oh, the dandy rebound from Dennis Rodman. Timed it perfectly.
Well, Michael drew a lot of attention again on the drive. Dennis Rodman came free right down the lane for a beautiful putback.
Rodman has a playoff high of 14 points to complement his 11 rebounds. The double comes from Kerr, and O'Neal goes over Rodman for 2.
Beautiful play by Shaq. That time, Penny's presence in the corner paid off. Pippen didn't try to play both and help out on Shaq down in the low post.
Shaw guards Jordan. 3:45 remaining in regulation. Kukoc. Nope. Out of bounds.
Scottie Pippen is so long and athletic to keep that ball alive. Nick Anderson had good position on him, just couldn't keep him off the glass. But right here, look at 3 guys. There goes Shaq for the block again. Doesn't get the block.